Ladies and gentlemen, podcasting since 2005. You're listening to Gamertag Radio with your host, podcaster Hall of Famer Danny Pena, the always opinionated Paris Lilly, and from outside of the norm, Peter Toledo. This is Gamertag Radio.
Welcome to another episode of Gamer Tag Radio, and this time we have a brand new daily conversations. All right, so you're going to be listening to my phone conversation with Paris in a few minutes, all about Borderlands 3. Is there going to be any end game? We had a great discussion about that during my phone call with Paris, and we're going to play it right about now.
Send us your feedback or questions. Give us a call at 786-273-7GTR. Email us at fanmail@gamertagradio.com or leave a message on speakpipe.com/gamertagradio.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, Paris?
What's going on? Driving home Friday.
Oh, happy Friday, man. Look, you hear me? I'm outside right now because the weather's beautiful over here. Kind of windy, and you hear a dog in the background barking. I don't know if you can hear it, but
A little bit.
yeah. So, yeah, man, just here, and I was like, yo, let me call Paris. We haven't done a daily conversation this week. And another thing, too, is that you're not going to be on this Sunday, so might as well just have you.
I'm not, because I'm sick of talking to you. I can't even believe I'm talking to you right now.
Oh, God, please. You love us. You love it. So a couple things, Paris. Have you seen the Nintendo Switch Twitch Prime deal? That's pretty good, right, for the whole year?
Yeah, it was funny because, you had put the link, so I did it, and I was like, wait, this is 3 months. What the hell? But then when I read up on it later, in 60 days, you then get the other 9 months.
Yep. Hey, it's really good deal.
Hey, good deal. Yeah, good deal. Why not?
You think this is going to help Nintendo online a lot, or what? What do you think?
It's for sure going to get more people to try it. And obviously, if they like what they see over the next year, they'll be inclined to, to re-up and continue to use it for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, let's go with the goodies, man. With the goodies. Okay. So, I watched the stream about Borderlands, the new Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
So I was checking out Twitter to see the reaction. A lot of people are excited. I'm excited for it. I played part 1, part 2. I even played the other Borderlands that wasn't developed by Gearbox. But I saw your tweet. You were like,
"Yep,
meh." So I'm wondering.
That isn't what I said,
though. Oh, we'll see. What was it? We'll see.
Yeah, I just did the Larry David. We'll see. And then I followed that up and I explained, I understand why people are excited. I personally never got into Borderlands 1 or 2.
Okay.
I go, my concern is, are people excited because of the nostalgia, because of the IP name? Hey, it's Borderlands. We're excited. It's coming back. And again, it's early. What innovation are they bringing to the table with Borderlands? Or is it just simply more Borderlands that we had 5 years ago? These are the questions. Obviously, it's way too early. We don't know. But the whole point I was saying that is this. The landscape of the quote-unquote open world shooter game, RPG looter game, has changed over the past 5 years. Expectations have been raised. From when we had Borderlands 2, we got the first Destiny right after that. Obviously, we've had Destiny 2 since then, Division 2, Anthem, hell, The Witcher 3 is a thing now. We know Cyberpunk's coming, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I mean, open world games have changed since the Borderlands 2, right? So my thing is, yeah, you're excited about what you played 5 years ago, but if you get more of the same in 2019, 2020, is that enough? That's really all I'm saying. And then it ain't me hating. It ain't me saying, oh, this is going to be a terrible game, because I simply don't know. I will give it a fair shot when it comes out. But for me, I want to see something more than what Borderlands 2 was 5 years ago. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think we talked about this too. Behind the scenes, that I'm excited for the game, but I know they talked about like so many. Now it's gonna have more weapons, loot, right? They even showed a weapon that now walks or runs and it shoots, right, which is cool. But I need to see more than that, man. Is it the same 4-player co-op? Is it now more players involved? Are they even adding maybe raids? Because raids didn't exist at that time. That would be something pretty cool to add there. What is it that they're adding new in the game? And I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for the game. I'm excited because I played part 1, part 2. I played it, but I need to see something new to get me even more excited. You know what I'm saying?
What's the key word that all these games have to have now? There's a key word. They all got to have.
End game.
Yeah. So what is it? And that's really all I'm saying.
Yeah.
What is it when I'm done with the main campaign? What am I doing that's going to have me coming back every day, every week, every month, 6 months from now, a year from now? What am I doing? And that's all.
And but let me ask you this question, Paris. Do you think that Massive has changed the game now for any other company that tries to make games like this in the future from now on?
Look, I am about to pat myself on the freaking back because I freaking called this. I told you. I was telling you. I had that PS20s with people on Twitter. Oh, you were right. Yeah, because dude. You know me, Danny. I'm so picky when it comes to games. I don't play a lot of different games, right? I'm very picky with my time. And I could see with the Division 2 what they were doing. I could see it. And I was like, man, they're about to drop something on us really special. They're about to give us something with what they're doing with the end game. Honestly, I didn't even expect all this with the end game that they're giving us so far, right? So, yeah, absolutely. They have changed the game. They have set a new standard for these type of games. So moving forward, expectations have been raised because the first thing that's going to come out of everyone's mouth if you're not doing what the Division 2 has done is, well, Massive did it. Massive did it with Division 2. Why aren't you doing it? That's the first thing people are going to say. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And I understand there's different types of games, genres that, it doesn't have to exactly follow what Massive has done with the Division 2. But when you launch a game like this now, you better have a ton of content day one. You better have a clear and concise roadmap for your first year of content. And you better have a compelling end game to go with it. Something that has me chasing something every day, every week.
No, I agree. I agree.
And if Borderlands 3 doesn't have that, it's not something I'm going to invest my time into. Look, I know CD Projekt Red is probably going to even exceed what Massive has done with Cyberpunk 2077. They're going to give us an open world RPG, this world that is just living and breathing, whether we interact with it or not. I fully expect that from that game, right?
Yeah.
I tell you this, Bungie, hello. We don't know what the hell's going on over there right now because now Wisniewski and Josh Hamrick have left. Two of your senior designers for the PvP and the sandbox stuff. Very concerning to me.
Ooh,
number one.
What in the world is what is going on over there, man?
Here's my theory.
Yeah.
Here's my theory. I think Destiny 3 is not going to be so PvP focused because if Destiny has had an Achilles heel this entire time, it's been weapon balancing between PvE and PvP. PvP in Destiny right now is terrible. It is. I have no desire to go play PvP in Destiny right now. I just don't. It's not a fun experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Luke Smith is now the head of the entire Destiny franchise, right? So again, theory, I know nothing. This is just me speculating. I think Destiny 3 is going to lean heavily into the RPG side of things and heavily into the PvE side of things and not so much PvP. And maybe that's the right thing. But if that's what they're doing, guess what? Y'all better have a ton of content at launch. You better have that roadmap at launch. You better have a fully fleshed out end game at launch. Do I think they will? Yeah, I do. But that's where these kind of games are going now. And like I said, the Division 2 is the first. They're the first ones to put their foot down, to put their stamp on it that, hey, this is the future of these open world type of games. Now let's see what Borderlands does. Let's see what Destiny 3 does. Let's see what Cyberpunk does, even though Cyberpunk isn't a PvP game and stuff like that. But it is a big, massive RPG open world kind of game. You know, we've already seen 2 examples where it's failed. Fallout 76 and Anthem. You know, so any of these companies that are coming behind that, look at what Division 2 got right, and look at what Anthem and Fallout 76 got wrong. You know, that's really all it comes down to.
I do have a question, because, you know, every time we talk about Endgame, we're always talking about the multiplayer games, right? As of right now, I see Cyberpunk as like The Witcher, just single player, right? It might add some multiplayer stuff, whatever. There's been rumors, maybe that's cool. But let's just say that let's make believe that Cyberpunk is just a single player campaign. Does it need an end game?
Yeah.
Yes. Single player games also should have end game, because once you complete it, what's next after that? Like you see with Witcher, we kept on going, but the difference with The Witcher at that time and all these games now is they were adding content, Paris. It wasn't like, oh man, here's a bunch of end games and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's false, Danny. That's incorrect. That's incorrect what you're saying.
No, it was there. They were there. They had stuff available in the game.
You're contradicting what you're saying here. What The Witcher 3 had, yes, they kept putting in additional content. They added, you know, Hearthstone, Blood and Wine, and all that. That was great. But even just the base game, once you finish the base game, you could do New Game Plus, and you could still go play Gwent matches. You could still go explore that world and find things and do things in that world. Yeah. And that's why I know CD Projekt Red is going to do that with Cyberpunk as well. Yes, of course, you want them to keep putting additional content in there and further the story and the adventures of what you're doing. But even the base game of The Witcher 3 was kind of an early taste of what it was like to have kind of a quote unquote single player end game, because the world didn't stop when you finished the story. The world continued. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. Now we're going to see even a bigger evolution of that, I guaranteed, with Cyberpunk, where you're going to finish that main story of Cyberpunk, but your character is going to continue on. You're going to continue to be able to explore that world, find secrets, find things to do. You know, there's still going to be things in that world.
Do you remember?
That are available to you.
Do you remember the pamphlet that they gave us during E3? There was a lot of information there that they never mentioned during the presentation. Yeah, I still have mine.
I still have it.
And we had this conversation too before. We talked about this, that, dude, the world is so big. It's not even about the world too. What about the building? Multiple floors. You might discover multiple quests in each floor from one single building. So imagine.
This is my point, and that's the point I'm bringing to you. So, okay, let's take your example. Yeah. There's this big giant skyscraper building, multiple floors in Cyberpunk. The story requires you to go to floor 10, floor 15, and you can continue with the story, right? But it's a 25 floor building that's fully explorable. So when the game's over, you can go back to that same building, and now you can start from the first floor all the way up to floor 25 and explore it, find new things, have conversations with different characters. Who knows what you'll find? Who knows? Yeah. And that's the point of what I'm saying. Yeah. You know, that's where gaming is going now, where, we're going to give you a story. So you can have a story for basically the casual audience. Let's just be honest, right? Here's your story for the casual audience. You go through, have your 40-hour experience in that, with slap you on the ass, you can go on your way to the next game. But for the people that are invested in that world, once those 40 hours are up, we want you still to be engaged in that world with things to do. Now here's the the end game to do. Again, I'll take it back to Division 2. It's crazy. And I tweeted it too. You can see it for yourself. I hit end game at exactly 40 hours in that game, because I took my time. I just explored the world. I played it. It was exactly 40 hours, exactly what Julian Garrity told us it was going to be. And funny enough, he had tweeted at me too. He's like, "What did I tell you?" And I was like, "Oh, you're right." You know what I'm saying? But that's worth the $60. I had 40 hours of entertainment, and now I'm done. Guess what? Now we're in the end game. I continue the story now. Now I'm going into World Tier 4, waiting on World Tier 5. There's all the stuff that's going to come with that. You can still go explore the world, and there's all these secret masks and ivory keys and all this other stuff, bounties you can do every day, all that. Then Tidal Basin opens up. You're going to do that stronghold. Then you're going to grind on that stuff. We haven't even talked about the raid. And the reason I bring that up, this is all launch. This is all day one stuff we're talking about here, for all lack of a better term. This isn't episode 1, 3 months from now content. This is launch content. Look how much you're getting. Honestly, by the time we finish World Tier 5, or at least me anyway, finish World Tier 5 and do that raid, I guarantee you I probably put in 80 to 100 hours into that game.
Yeah,
just on that.
Yeah, and that's
more than that's more than worth my $60.
Yeah,
right there.
Yeah, dude, I think I have 70 something hours now. I think over.
See, that's what I'm saying. You haven't even touched World Tier 5.
Nope,
that's my point.
at all.
I think where I'm at right now, I think I'm at 54 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm just, again, we still got World Tier 5 to do.
Yeah.
And there's all these things, like I was telling you earlier. This weekend, I'm probably going to go chase the Hunter Mask. That's what I'm going to do this weekend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I have to do that, man. You know, I know we have a full clan now, both on PC and Xbox. I have no idea about PlayStation. Anybody's listening, please let us know. But yeah, I've been getting together with a couple of the community members, and we Arctic and everybody, and we were just like doing that, I only collected one mask, but the thing that I've been doing a lot lately is every day there's a new challenge to complete a mission on like challenge difficulty. So I've been doing that a lot, and I've been playing with the majority of the time. I've been playing with random people, and
right.
I mean sometimes we get stuck, but we continue. We do it every single time, man. So I start off with hard. And then the VIP mission, I do that, and the daily mission, which is also a challenge, I do that. So,
and let me say this, because I know we're talking to Division 2, and we've had criticism recently that we're talking about it too much and all that. Honestly, for me, because this is a daily conversation, this isn't the normal podcast. I talk about the things that I play. I'm currently playing that game, so of course I'm going to talk about it because that's what my current experience is going to be. But guess what? Days Gone is about to come out. I'll probably be playing that. There's a new Gwent, new chapter of Gwent that just dropped. I'm probably gonna be playing that. There's other things we're gonna be playing. It just so happens the game launch right now. Obviously, it's really good, and of course, we're excited about it. So that's what we're gonna talk about. But when other things are pressing in the news and apparent, we're gonna talk about those things too.
Yeah, definitely. And we have a couple of things planned too for the future, and I'm excited also for Dreams. Dreams is coming out, and I even wanted to talk to you about that, Paris, because I play the beta. I love Dreams. Dreams is so cool, man. Right? For those who don't know, it's a game that's coming out for PlayStation 4 in a couple of weeks. They're gonna have early access, I believe, sometime in April, and people could create their own game, their own world, or whatever they want to do it, right? And add it into the servers of Dreams. I could download it, or anybody else in the world can download it and play it. So that's what I was doing. I can't create, so I was just downloading games from creators. Love it. So that was during the beta. So now the game is coming out. The developers just announced this a couple of days ago through on Twitter, because they were going to PAX, and they have a booth just promoting the game. This is the thing that I'm kind of confused with the whole Sony thing, man. Why the team at Sony is not really pushing this game? Because State of Play just came out, and people watched it. They talked about a lot about VR. They had the Iron Man VR announcement there. They had Days Gone. They have also like other games that's coming out. They announced it there. Why no mention of Dreams? I just totally confused about the game. Remember, about the whole thing, the game comes out even before Days Gone. So why no promotion? Are they going to have like a separate video State of Play just for Dreams? Or like what is the reason behind all this? I don't get it.
Yeah, Yeah, and again, I agree with you. It makes no sense to me. But if there was any defense for it, maybe they're looking at it like, okay, we got all this beta content. We're going to get this early access content. We want to see a lot of different creative things that happen in the game that we can then extract and use that as the promotion to the overall audience to go, hey, here are examples of some of the amazing things that have been done by the community in this game. That's the only thing I can think of. Because other than that, it doesn't make sense that it's their exclusive title. Why aren't they openly marketing it out to the masses? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's one of those like hidden gems for PlayStation, I think, man. It's very cool. And, you know, I know we play a lot of shooters. Man, there's other games that has nothing to do with shooters, man, that it's cool to play with the family and like it's very entertaining. I had a blast playing the beta a couple months ago. You know, shout out to PlayStation for sending me a code. Hopefully I get a review copy, man, and I could, you know, talk about it on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? So what else, Paris? Anything else, man, going on that you would like to talk about too, man?
God, what else has been really going on? I mean, we're in this spot now where a lot of these companies are not going to give up too much because we're getting close enough to E3 that everything is going to be about E3. Obviously, PAX East is going on right now. The Borderlands thing, the big thing that came out of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's really about it. Because I mean, like I said, once we hit April, everyone's going to stop talking and wait until pre-E3, and then obviously E3. You know, we'll get a lot of billing. Okay, let's go back to Cyberpunk for a second.
Okay.
So, CD Projekt Red had, I don't know if it was a financial call, what it was.
Yes, it was a financial call. Financial call.
They said that this is the most important, this E3 is one of the most important ever for the company or something like that, they said?
Yeah, yep.
So I have two minds of that. And look, hashtag Danny Secrets. So a big thing that people are sleeping on is part of that is the fact that Gwent is coming to mobile, is going to come to iPhone. That's freaking huge.
That is huge.
By the way.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, because I've been wanting that for freaking 3 years now. So that's going to be a big part of it, in my opinion. But could we, and I don't think this is going to happen, could they launch Cyberpunk 2077 this year? What do you think?
I think it is coming out this year.
You do?
Yeah.
Now here, okay. I think it's spring. I think it's March, between March and May of next year. But I could see, because if they were to drop, let's back it up a second. If that game's ready now, and they can launch it, let's say in October or November this year, is that the highest selling game for the year?
It could, but here why I'm saying, Paris, that it might come out this year. And you're right too. It also could come out during spring of next year, early next year. I see that. But I could see this game not only launching this year and have all those content, but then release a launch title for PlayStation 5 and also and the next Xbox, and have like a collector's special edition, whatever, with all the DLC, everything in there for the next gen consoles.
Yeah, I fully believe they're going to do that.
Yeah.
That to me is a no-brainer. Because why wouldn't you? Wait, okay, let's go with that scenario.
Okay.
It comes out in November. It comes out in November this year, and then you have the quote-unquote year one content for Cyberpunk, right? All that comes out. Everyone buys it. And then, like you said, next November 2020, with the new Xbox and PlayStation 5, Cyberpunk Enhanced Edition, Game of the Year Edition, whatever the hell you want to call it, on the new gen consoles, all the DLC included too. And people are going to double dip. You know they are.
Yeah. I can see it. Man.
Because Red Dead's coming on the PC this year, right?
Yeah.
And people are going to double dip on that too.
Well, they haven't said anything yet about that, right?
No, they ain't said nothing, but I'm just saying, it's going to happen.
Huh. Now, yeah, man, the donations, man. A lot of listeners have been supporting us, man. Donating from like $1 all the way to like $200. It's good to see that, man. From the support from everybody,
No,
man.
it really is, and thank you to everyone out there that's been doing it. Because again, every little bit counts. It really does. Because we're trying to get travel costs and everything covered for E3. Plus, we're also trying to upgrade our equipment. I guess that's the one other part that we don't talk about too much. We've dipped our toe a little bit in doing video content and all that, but we want to do more. So we need the right kind of camera equipment. We need the right kind of lighting, tripod, all that kind of stuff. So when we're asking for these donations, that's what it's for. Not only so we can go to E3, the dog agrees, I hear him. Not only so we can go to E3 and cover the event,
Yeah.
but also when we are at that event or a PAX or at a preview event, whatever the case may be, and we're sitting down with these developers and interviewing them, you actually get to see us and the person we're talking to on camera. It's on YouTube, Twitch, all those places too. Because look, it's 2019 going on 2020. The podcast is what got us here, but we want to supplement that stuff with video content too.
Yeah, man. So go to donate.gamertagradio.com if you would like to support GTR. Definitely, man. All right, Paris, one more thing before we wrap this up, man. This week has been a rough week, man. EA hit mass layoffs, man.
Yeah, people we know too.
Yeah, it sucks too. Alan and also Glenn. Yeah,
yep.
Man. Sucks, man. So roughly 350 employees, man, in total that got laid off, man.
Well, you know what the sad part of this is, because the people that got hit was the marketing side of the house, right?
Yeah.
When we talked about this a little bit when Apex came out. Think about it. Like with a game like Anthem or even Battlefield 5 and all that, they pumped all this money into the marketing and everything, for those games, right?
Yeah.
Apex, they paid a few influencers and then they stealth launched it and it made $100 million, right? Just a microtransaction. So doing it the quote unquote cheaper way with the influencers, they still got the word out there. They still touch millions of people, and all these people bought, didn't buy the game, it was free, but got the game, played it, liked it, and invested into it with microtransactions. Whereas with Anthem, or Battlefield 5, they did the traditional marketing way, spent God knows how many millions of dollars on that, and the game's underperformed. So I think, look, I don't agree with what EA did, obviously. Laying off people, that sucks. But I think it goes back to what we were saying, that we're in a new era now, man, where the traditional ways of doing things, you got to start thinking outside the box and start thinking of a different way to do it. Because again, these people on Twitch and these influencers, all that, they're getting to the same millions of people that you would doing it the traditional way. So why are you still doing it the old way when the new way has been shown to work? And I think that's what EA is looking at right now.
Yeah, and you read what Andrew Wilson said?
Yeah, I read it.
So for those who don't know, he said, and the dog agrees. All right, so
this is real.
Yeah, this is real right here. So he said, we have a vision to be the world's greatest games company. If we're honest with ourselves, we are not there right now. We have to to work to do with our games, our player relationships, and our business. Paris, let's go back years ago. When do you think was the beginning of the downfall of EA? That I think if I'm correct.
Oh, I'll tell you when it is.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3.
No, before that, in my opinion.
All right, what was it?
Remember the year, we call it the year of the donuts?
No, but Mass Effect 3 was before that.
Yes, but that was the beginning of like, where's the content? Why are they showing us stuff that, I think that was
I disagree. I disagree because I bring up Mass Effect 3 because for me, anyways,
yeah,
it was an underwhelming experience, and this is where you started to see EA get their tentacles into what BioWare was doing, and we got a lackluster product to come out of that. Yeah, the donut thing, they just didn't have content, period, to show. Everything was concept. But I think a game that actually shipped, you started to see where it was disappointing, and that was Mass Effect 3. That was what, 2012?
Not Mass Effect 3. It was Mass Effect Andromeda. No,
No, 3.
three, the original 3.
Yes.
3 wasn't that bad. I like 3.
Man, 3 was
3 wasn't that bad. The reason why I say donuts, the reason why,
the ending was terrible.
I think we expected more, but the game overall was not a bad game. It was not a bad game overall. It was.
Well, we can disagree on that one.
All right, but so Mass Effect 3 came out before that, so it was after. I have to correct that. It was after that. That's when they had the whole E3 donuts. The reason why I say donuts because they were promoting Battlefield, the cops and robbers one. I can't. Hardline, was it Hardline? I can't remember the name of it. Can't remember the name.
No,
of it.
It wasn't. No, Hardline was later. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
They had a demo. So they had demos there for us to play Battlefield. Yeah. I just can't remember the exact name. But anyways, so the reason why I'm saying that it was like to me the beginning of the fall for EA. Because, man, I remember those days, man, when we used to go to the press conference and we'll come out and we'll say, like, EA on top. Wow, this was an amazing press conference. Wow. Then we go to Ubisoft and we're having debates like, wait, which one is the best? Which one's the best? And now everything changed, dude. It changed. And it was the beginning from that press conference. Ever since that completely changed everything for EA. Like, now I was noticing, I'm like, okay, they're showing a lot of like concepts, like where's the actual games? That year they had the usual sports game, they had Battlefield, and that's it. There was nothing else they had there, man. Then after that, it was Star Wars Battlefront, a flop. Star Wars Battlefront 2, a flop. They released other games, major flop. Like, I think the only game that got us the attention back around those days was when they first showed Unravel. I was like, all right, this is a pretty good game, man. This is awesome. Something different, something new. But after that, Paris, like, really think about it, man. What EA has done, man, that was like really stood out, like big time. Maybe the only game I can think of right now is the one that you're in prison and there's like two characters, 2 players, and you're playing online. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about because you and Pete were doing it on.
Yeah. No way. Is it No Way Out?
No Way Out.
No Way Out. Like yeah. So I think that's the only one. I'm like, wow, that was pretty cool. But they treated the company treated the game as like, oh, it's an indie game, whatever. Like, they didn't really push it. That's how I feel about it.
I agree. I mean, and that's the thing. EA Sports is almost like its own entity. You know, obviously Madden, they're doing a thing on the hockey. FIFA is huge for them. They're still trying to figure out the NBA stuff. But when I just look at their mainstream games, and I've said it before, I have not been excited about an EA game since Mass Effect 2. That's just the truth. Mm-hmm. That is just the God honest truth. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I actually I take it back. Titanfall 2 as a game was freaking amazing.
Oh, it was.
It just was marketed poorly, came out at the wrong time, and was underwhelming as far as sales go. But as a game, it was great.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that game. Poof. Totally forgot about Titanfall. Yeah. That's the thing. It doesn't feel like an EA game. That's you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's kind of the joke with Apex right now. That's what everyone's saying about that. It doesn't feel like an EA game, and that's the problem. EA has to get away from is they're getting a reputation for basically the same kind of games, like content, underwhelming, blah 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 blah. That's been their rep right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're trying to make everything a live service game, but they don't have enough content at launch to keep people hooked. That's their problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Which, again, speaking of that, Firestorm is out now, the Battle Royale for Battlefield. I haven't actually played it yet. Mm-hmm. I've just been busy with stuff. But, I mean, I'm going to jump in this weekend. I've been waiting on this. I'm excited to see it. Like when I went out to Sweden to DICE, and they were showing us the early stuff for it, the concept stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this not at launch? This is freaking amazing. Why aren't they putting this out at launch? Now here it is coming out at the end of March, and it has a little bit of buzz, but not as much momentum as it would have had if it came out back in November.
Yo,
That's
but
just the truth.
but honestly, bad timing, man. We talked about this, man. Now with not Fortnite, Apex. Who is gonna go and like the thing is, who is gonna go and buy a game that has a battle royale, which you could get battle royale for free, and is even better. Like, come on, I don't know what they're thinking. I really don't know what they're thinking. EA.
Well,
It's
remember,
confusing.
I said that when Apex dropped. I go, why are you competing against yourself again?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, they're competing. You take momentum away from Anthem, which, hey, look, they may have known what they were doing by that. But then you also knew Firestorm was coming. And if Apex took it, look, there's no way they thought Apex was going to be what it is right now. There's no freaking way. But then Apex blew up into the super big thing. And like you said, it's taking away from people potentially wanting to pick up Firestorm other than the already diehard Battlefield crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You're not attracting new people to Battlefield with Firestorm this late in the game, because the other thing that they need to do, same as Activision, take Battle Royale out of the package from Call of Duty and Battlefield, make it standalone, make it free to play.
Well,
you have to do that.
I agree with that. And the rumors is the next Call of Duty game is not going to have no Battle Royale in it.
Right, which is smart. Because if they're going to continue to build on Blackout, make it standalone. Make it its own thing.
So they'll probably have like a separate team just working on that, because if they see the success with Apex and Fortnite, why add it in the game where you have to buy it? You have so many options to download free games.
Exactly.
This type of thing, you know?
Again, gaming is changing. The way we interact with games, the way we play games, the way we consume games is changing. The free-to-play model does work. So you have to make it compelling, though, so that if someone picks a game up for free, they're going to feel compelled to invest into that game and throw money at it. Fortnite has shown that it 100% works. Warframe has shown that it works. Apex is showing that it works. So Call of Duty needs to follow suit with that. You know?
Yeah.
Anyone that plays Blackout has fun in Blackout. It's a fun freaking mode. But there's a $60, depending on where you get it used or whatever, but there's a $60 entry to, barrier to entry to get in that game right now for that mode. Because look, let's be honest again. No one's talking about Call of Duty multiplayer right now, other than the diehard Call of Duty World Championship people, right? Casual people, I know people still play it and all that, but it's not topping the charts on Twitch. That's just the truth.
I think maybe during launch it was like on top, right? But after that,
I'm talking right now. It's out of sight, out of mind. No one's talking about it.
I mean, we could check. It's not in the top 5 or anything like that, but it's just deep in the bottom, but it's there. It's there in the top. But
see, it's funny. But see, this is why I almost think I'm bringing it all the way back full circle to the beginning when we started talking. Like when I said something's up with Destiny, and I think they're changing with their PvP, because I think PvP itself is changing. A lot of the PvP that people consume now is Battle Royale, not so much the straight up, I can't even talk right now, but not the traditional PvP modes that we're used to. It's a lot of Battle Royale stuff, right? That's mostly what people are doing, skirmish and all that kind of stuff. Hey, look, have you played PvP in the Division yet?
Yes, I have, and I have a little story to tell you about that. So, okay. I wanted to increase my gear score. So, I went to the Dark Zone, did a couple things there, didn't discover anything there. Then I went to different dark zones. Nothing really catchy. I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go to the PvP part now of the game, because I haven't tried it. So I'll go in there. My first game, we won. Second game, I lost. Then I won again, and I lost twice after that. Like, it was like back and forth, right? So, and it's just with randoms. And I even tried also like a day or two later with our clan members, and it was not a successful match. So look what happened, right? After that, we were I'm checking my gear, right? I'm checking my like the stats of all the stuff that I've been getting and everything, right? Paris, I got stuff that made my gear score increased, and all those gears that I got was from the PvP. It was from there. So yes, if you would like to increase your gear score, try it out. Try it out a couple of times. I'm not saying that you're gonna get stuff like all the time, but dude, there was like two or three matches that I got multiple items. I'm like, yo, okay, this is good. This helped my gear score to go up even more. So try it out.
Yeah, you're actually answering my point on this, because what I'm saying is you're not playing PvP because, oh my God, it's this fun mode and I'm just playing it for 8 hours a day. Your motivation to go play it was to increase your gear score so you can consume other content, which is compelling and fun to you.
Yeah. The thing is, I was curious about it and I did it multiple times. And once I discovered that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to keep on going. That's one of the reasons that we talked about too, man, Paris. Like, I think back in, wasn't December or early January, I can't remember exactly. We were like, I don't see ourselves playing the PvP. Unless there's some loot there that's going to catch our attention, then we'll play it. But, well, I think we're fine just doing the usual Dark Zone and the campaign. I'm fine with that. But I just don't see myself playing PvP a lot. I just don't, man. Like you said, it's because of the whole loot, man. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, again, so like I was saying, I just think the world of the head-to-head player versus player is changing. And like I said, obviously Battle Royale is the hotness right now, and I just, like it or not, that's why I think a lot of things are going towards.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the issues with that is the weapon balancing between PvE and PvP and the exploits that come up in PvP. All people are taking too much advantage of the shotguns and we got to nerf them. But now you nerf shotguns, so now they're not effective in PvE, and someone's always mad. So I just think a lot of stuff's changing now. I really do.
Yeah. And this is the gaming is changing, Paris, and I think that's a good thing that we're seeing all these changes, man. It's not the same old 16 players. Let's play against each other, A versus A, blah blah blah. Like back in the days, like it's good to see different types of multiplayer, man. It could be co-op campaign, it could be multiplayer, all that stuff. So that's good. It's good, man. Or even solo, man, like battle royale stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. Let's see what Gears 5 does this holiday with their PvP. Obviously, this is what Halo does with their PvP. How are they going to start changing things up? I mean, it's game is evolving, man. It's changing from what it was. Sure, all that stuff is what got us here, but if you want to include everybody into the conversation and have everybody playing together, it can't just stay the same. It has to evolve and change, and that's what we're seeing.
Yep, exactly. All right, Paris, I'm going to let you go, man, because this dog is driving me crazy here in the background.
Yeah.
Driving me crazy, man. But, yeah, man, we'll talk next time, man. Let me know.
All right, man.
Let me know when you want to have another daily conversation, man. Look, if there's any breaking news sometime in the future, we have to record like right away, like at the moment of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And look, I'm sure I'll tweet something to make everybody mad. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that we definitely got to do that too. All right, man. Until next time, man.
All right.
Peace.
This is Gamertag Radio. Voicemail at 786-2737-GTR.
And thank you for listening to Daily Conversation. Tune in next time. We're going to have a brand new episode of Gamertag Radio. Hope you like it. Make sure to hit us up. Give us a call, 786-273-7GTR. That's 786-273-7GTR. Or fanmail at gamertagradio.com. And we're out. Until next time. Thank you for listening.